Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian welcoming you to a new episode of Out of the Park Baseball 18. We are in Season 5, which could very well be my last season with the Cleveland Indians, as this is the end of my contract, and some of my owner goals have not yet been accomplished. For example, I haven't earned $19 million, and I haven't won a championship yet. So, a lot will depend on how this season goes, but this could be my last season with the Indians, in which case we'll see who offers me a job, and we'll see what kind of interesting stuff we can get into. Of course, I may get an extension. If that happens, I'll just keep playing with the Indians until I get tired of it. So we'll see. Right now we can see that we've run at a consistent loss for some time now. I guess maybe it makes sense that that our good friend, the owner, is not terribly pleased with us. We've got Jason Kipnis back on a one-year deal. We've got Michael Brantley back, which I'm less enthused about. We might have some deals to be making, but I think we'll save those a little bit farther into the season until we decide who we want to keep and who we want to get rid of. But for now, I think it's time to begin the season. So we've got our pitching staff set up. We've got our lineups and depth chart filled. By the way, thank you very much to... I'm sorry, I'm completely blanking on your name. I apologize profusely. Harold something? Maybe? Yes? No? In any case, who figured out why the AI wouldn't start Tinsley at DH. It's because if Tinsley starts at DH, I don't have another catcher, which I did not even remotely consider, but makes perfect sense. So we will take this into consideration and perhaps add a third catcher at some point. But for right now, we're going to leave Tinsley as a backup catcher until we find a good defensive catcher to bring up as a potential backup. Do we have anyone right now? We've got Jeremy Lucas, but he's kind of a lousy catcher. Do we have anyone coming up? Logan Ice is a decent backup. Simeon Lucas would be a decent backup. We have Nelson Montpierre, Hunter Stratton. These are all kind of mediocre catchers, though. Lee Den-Shu, meh. Salters, meh. Vicente, meh. I'm hoping that if Lucas gets a full season in AAA, he'll develop enough catcher experience that we could maybe call him up, and then let Tinsley move in as a permanent DH. Although Fisher might have that spot too, so we'll see. We'll see. So let's begin the season and see what happens. Oh, that was quick. Yeah, it's a weird thing where the season starts on a Monday. That's fine. So the Dodgers, Yankees, and Pittsburgh open their seasons all up with a win. And it wouldn't be a new season of Indians baseball without Roberto Osuna being hurt. I don't know why I bother. So we need to find ourselves a reliever to take his place. I want Mitch Brown to stay in AAA as much as possible this season. No, I take it back. He did have 100 innings there the last two seasons. Yeah, we can make it Mitch Brown. He's going to be a straight middle reliever, and we'll just have the one setup guy for now. We lost our first game, which is not a great start. A trade proposal. Is it a real trade proposal, though? It's for a good defensive third baseman. I'm not saying I don't mind getting rid of Kevin Cron, but Dan Mitchell? No. Just no. I really wish I'd stopped getting bad trade deals. I mean, if you offered me just something marginally interesting, I'd be more interested. Oh, wow, we're off to a bad start. Well, you know what? Before we start losing our shit, it's only been a few days. Although only one win in the first few games isn't great. I'm really, really worried about shortstop. Losing Lindor, this is the worst possible season for us to lose Lindor. Simmons is, to be fair, actually hitting fairly well so far. So, we'll see what things look like at the end of April to see if we need to make any changes. Osuna's recovery is unclear because of course it is. Nothing too interesting here. Jason Kipnis takes an injury. Now, who do I want to call up to fill the open spot? Maybe Nick Solak? Not Jose Ramirez. How many outfielders? I already have 5 outfielders. I don't need a 6th one. Let's take you off the short list. I need another shortstop, really. You know what? I think it might actually be Blandino. The problem is that would fill up my 40-man. Can Collins play it short? Yeah, he can handle it. You can get called up, Gavin Collins. Let's see who's going to get the starting job. Of course, it's Krieger, and I'm perfectly fine with that. You'd really rather play Fisher in left over Brantley? I guess Brantley's defensive skills are starting to go. Okay, that makes more sense now. Fisher's off to a decent start this season. Before we anoint people in certain roles, let's just let things proceed and see what happens. Osuna's back. That's pretty cool. And of course, the traditional closer gets his brains hammered in the first couple games of the season, continues. We'll just send Brown down and then call up, get Osuna off the DL. Here's what will happen with Osuna. This is my official prediction. He's going to pitch really badly or get hurt up until the point his contract is up, at which point he'll have a fantastic season. Ooh, Mejia went 5 for 5. 5 for 6. 3 singles, and a double. Wait, that's only 1, 2, 3, 4. I missed the other single. So 4 singles and a double. Nice work. Nice work. Well, let's continue. I keep getting messed up whenever I see the word Columbus. I think it's about my AAA team, and it turns out it's about the majors. All right, it's May 1st. Any interesting awards for us? Dalbec is Hitter of the Month. Severino Starter of the Month. Of course, Boston and New York. Imani Abdullah. A 5-0 start to your career is very nice. And nothing else terribly interesting. Ooh. Hunter Hart was the best reliever, and he has no future, but that's still kind of neat. Ooh, Bradley Zimmer won American League Player of the Week. Nice. So let's take a quick review of our team and see how things are going for the illustrious Indians. So we'll sort by WAR. Right now, our megastars are getting it done. Simmons is everything I expected, and more, because I certainly didn't expect him to be hitting 364. I'm sure that'll get worse. Kageyama's hitting very well and providing good defense. Mejia is, well, Mejia. Derek Fisher's having a nice bounce back campaign. Bradley Zimmer's hitting well. This is all to the good. But some of our regulars aren't doing so great. Bobby Bradley, you need to get off this frickin' I'm going to hit 212 crap. If you hit like 250, you'd be a legitimately great player, but you just can't seem to make contact with the ball. Very frustrating. Krieger, relatively few at bats. Let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater there. Brantley's getting old. Tequan Forbes is just being Tequan Forbes. So the good news is that part of our lineup is doing really, really well. The bad news is that mysteriously Tyler Krieger's become the latest fast guy du jour, must be at the top of the lineup. He should hit better than this. But I'm going to have a short leash on Krieger. This is his make it or break it season, in my opinion. If he can't prove that he can handle second base full time, at least be a positive force in the field, if not with the bat. And he has been pretty decent out in the outfield, in the infield. He may have to be replaced, but we'll see. Not very much power this season. Zimmer providing 5 homers, 4 from Fisher, and only 3 apiece from he and Kageyama. We'll have to see how that continues overall. Pitching, Familia's cooling off. Carrasco's having an awesome start to the season. Clevenger, not so much. Brandon Finnegan looking like a smart signing in 5 starts. Trevor Bauer, better than last year, but not by much. And then Miles J. So, a decent start to the season, apart from the record. Let's continue. Fisher's out for 2 to 3 weeks. I'm going to put him on the disabled list, but my question is now, what do I do to fill this hole? Do I call up another outfielder like Ventura, or do I call up a catcher and see if the AI will actually play Tinsley? I think maybe we'll try Jeremy Lucas. I want to see how this works now. No, not the pitching staff. I want lineups. You're right. Again, to that nameless person who said all you need to do is put a new catcher up, you are absolutely right. So Tinsley's going to get a look at designated hitter as a regular role, and we'll see how he does. Let's continue. And Carrasco's going to miss a week. That's fine. We're going to face Corey Kluber. Kluber's off to a bad start this season. Well, Brantley's heating up a little bit. He's heating up a little bit. Let's go ahead and continue. Nothing too thrilling there. Let's continue. Is that Yandy Diaz? Isan Diaz. I don't know who that person is. A trade proposal. Is it a real trade proposal or is it crappy third baseman? It's a crappy third baseman. Not interested. I agree that Tequan Forbes isn't all that great, but you need to stop offering me bad choices. I mean, he's got decent power, gap power, and decent discipline, but he plays bad third base. This is really starting to make me irritated. Let's continue on to the next month. Derek Fisher eligible to come back. Lovely. How much playing time has Benson had in AAA? Very, very little. Right now, he's kind of like a third wheel on the Major League roster, and he could be more. So I'm actually going to send you down to AAA, and we'll call up Fisher. Oh, and we can get Greg Holland back if we want him. Let's send Holland into a rehab assignment for the inevitable injury to Roberto Osuna. You think I'm joking, but I think everyone knows that I'm not joking. Brantley was injured. He won't miss any time. I guess that's a thing. Oh, I forgot to check. Okay, it's the moment I brought Fisher back up. Fisher takes the outfield. Brantley's moved over to DH. I'm okay with that. For right now. Kipnis is eligible to come back. I'm going to let Kipnis have a minor league rehab assignment because I want a larger sample size to see exactly how Krieger is going to handle second base this season. So go on down to the minors. I know I've heard from other people he's out for 3 days. I'm not going to call Kipnis out for 3 days. I know people have told me on the OOTP forums that using minor league rehab assignments is a good idea for people who get injured. I don't know if that's true or not. I'd be interested to hear what you guys have seen in your own games. Let's see. Mejia, a very popular choice. Kageyama, second. And literally no other Indians hitters. We have 2 Indians hitters. Carrasco for the starters and no one in the bullpen. Well, that's not encouraging, is it? We're going to go ahead and 4 days from a Roth. I don't care. We're doing actually pretty well now. We're at 29 and 23. We're pushing the Tigers for first place. I love it. Any good news for the player development report? Lindor's becoming a better shortstop despite the fact he's injured. That's kind of interesting. Holland is starting to get old again. I mean, I guess he's always getting old, isn't he? Kageyama's actually getting a little bit old-ish to the point where he's starting to lose some of his potential. Fisher's losing some potential. Brantley's going to decline. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see him at a 21 overall by the end of the season. You know, I've noticed something interesting. They never say if overall ranking changes here anymore. I wonder if this is a change in OOTP 18 or what that is, or if that's a bug. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. Nick Castellanos, good for him. All right. I'm going to sim up to the draft, and then we're going to take a quick overview look at the team. And 2 weeks out from Miles J. Is it a serious one? It affects hitting and running? Who cares? Yeah, you can pitch through that. Suck it up, buddy. Suck it up. All right, so a quick review of the pitching staff. We'll start with that. Familia's not doing badly, but he's just... What is it about being an Indians closer that instantly makes you suck? This is really disappointing. I was counting on a good season from Familia, and he's just getting his brains hammered. Is it overwork? I don't think so. The rest of the bullpen ranges from good to great. And here's Familia, who just can't get the job done. Clevenger's turned it around. He's pitching quite well now. Let's look at Familia's game log. I need to see if this is just a couple of bad outings. Okay, here's a 4 spot. Here's a 3 spot. He's lost 5 games and blown 4 saves already. Which means that you've cost us basically 7 wins already. No. We'll say about 7 wins, because I don't know how many losses he's getting double counted as blown saves. What's wrong with you? Okay, you're throwing more walks than you normally do. That's a bad sign. You're giving up home runs at a higher rate than you normally do, but your strikeouts are up. I'm going to give you a little bit more time to see how you do. I'm going to give you just a little bit more time before I consider replacing you. All right, so pitching staff I have no serious problem with. I bet we've got one of the better pitching staffs in the majors. We're number one in runs again, so pitching staff is fine. Lineup. Mejia's still hitting well. Why is he only at 1.6 WAR? Are you having a bad defensive season? You're not having a great one. Curious. Zimmer is hitting really, really well. I'm pleasantly surprised with him. Bobby Bradley's hitting better. This is more what I expect from Bradley, except a higher walk rate. But this is the kind of season I expect from Bradley going forward, if maybe just drawing a few more walks. But 240, I think, is within his grasp. And he's driving the ball 13 homers. Some more doubles would be nice, but I'm not going to complain if he's hitting homers. Derek Fisher, a very nice turnaround season. Very nice. We don't want to get too overly eager, but this is more what I expect from a guy like Fisher. I expect him to be hitting 280 and hitting 20 to 30 home runs a year. Awesome. Brantley's having a fairly decent offensive season. Krieger is not hitting yet. And this is somewhat concerning because his minor league track record was actually fairly decent. 276 in 2019, 299 in 2020, and he can't even hit 240 in the majors. If he's a wizard with the glove, I'll let it happen. Simmons has been a very nice surprise. I did not expect him to hit 330. And I think I have you on a... Oh, no, I just have you for the 1 year. That's fine. It's not like you're going to replace anyone. Forbes is getting to be a black hole in the lineup. What do we do about a third baseman? I mean, even last season he wasn't that great with the bat, but he's an active millstone on the lineup this season. How much time do you have at AAA, Forbes? Can you be salvaged? You had never played above high A ball in your entire life before I called you up last season. Okay. Tijuan Forbes, you are going to the minor leagues. The question is, who comes up to play third base? Damn it, it was going to be Blandino. Can you play third, Solak? You cannot. I know Samad Taylor can't. I have too many second base and not enough third basemen. I mean, Anderson Franco's already on the roster. He'd be a better hitter. He plays a pretty decent third base. He's having a good season in Double-A, and he's got some experience in playing Triple-A. Do we call it Franco time? For now, let's do that. I mean, yeah, Maroff doesn't hit well enough to play third base regularly. Forbes, you are released into the minors, and Franco will actually be called up to play third. He can't be worse than Forbes, right? I'm going to see what I can get on offer for Nick Solak. Because I've got too many second basemen in the minors right now. If I can get a moderately interesting prospect, I'll probably trade him. And I'm getting mostly people that aren't that thrilling. Well, that's fine. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I get why people aren't super enthused about him, but it's still kind of disappointing I can't get any kind of movement on him. I wish Taylor would start improving, because Taylor's my second baseman of the future. He's got some good tools, but he just hasn't been able to put it together yet. Now, the question is if he's the kind of player that's stalling out because AAA is too easy for him, or if he's stalling out because he's actually not that good. We'll have to see. Oh, he was drafted in 2016 in the 10th round, nonetheless. All right, so third base is still a weak spot, but I'm not going to call up Jose Ramirez, even if I think he'd be a good third baseman, which he probably would, because I don't want his contract kicking back in. I would cut Jose Ramirez if I could, but I can't, so. Let's advance. You're going to offer me a bad second baseman and a bad reliever for Derek. Okay, actually an interesting reliever. This is actually an interesting starter. I'm not going to give you Derek Fisher for this guy, but I'm interested enough that I'll actually discuss this with you. Yeah, I don't care about Chris Cack. And I'm not going to give you Derek Fisher. What about Jose Ramirez? You'll never take this. This is an insult. If they'll take on Ramirez's contract, I'll give him... Nah, he wants Fisher. Nope. What about Nick Solak? Very bad deal. Okay. You don't look my prospects at center field or my pitching prospects. But this creates a more interesting list of players I can offer you. You can have Jose Oga. If I give you Oga, can I throw in Ramirez? Nope. Damn it. I could probably retain some of his salary, but nah, it's fine. So this basically takes a player like Solak, who could be interesting, but he's too similar to Krieger, and I already have Krieger, and gives us an interesting relief prospect, and we badly need relief help. Someone who could even become a starter if he can work out this changeup. He's got low work ethic, though, which means, Can I get you to take Cron instead? Oh, he'd do it for Oka alone, and you'll take Cron. What if I do just Cron? Okay. This is a slam dunk. I don't need a backup first baseman who does nothing but hit home runs. You can have him. Done. That was a really good deal. I like that deal. Now, I see that Jimmy Anderson, his potential is cratered. Why? It's that bloody changeup. He's not working on it. It would be kind of cool to me. I don't know if Out of the Park Baseball will ever do this. To tell people, like, you have to work on X, Y, or Z in the minors. That would be pretty neat, in my opinion. Let's see. It's that changeup. That changeup. Damn it, you were a first-round draft pick. You were my starter of the future, and you're already disappointing. But you know what? I'm going to trust in you. I'm going to trust in your work ethic, and we'll see what happens. I will actually promote you to Double-A, which sounds strange because he's actually having a bad season in High A. I'm doing it because he's already 24. And if he's going to become a starter, it's going to be soon. So I'm going to go ahead and actually kick you up to Double-A and see how you do. All right. Priority number one in this draft is we need pitching prospects. I mean, we desperately, desperately need them. I was about to ask, when did I make a trade? I was like, I just made a trade. I'm an idiot. Please make him a starting pitcher. I just want to see if he keeps working on it, if he can make this changeup happen. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, we'll get an extra first rounder for losing Kluber. Let me see, draft order, right? Yep, there we are. All right. Auto draft to my next pick. I need pitching. I desperately, desperately need pitching. Dave Strader, 21, so he's a college pitcher. Good stuff. But again, he doesn't have that third pitch. Who else do we have? Cletus Blashill. Again, without the third pitch, they're not going to be effective starters. But it looks like this is just a bad draft for pitchers. What if I do this as OSA? You really like this kid, who's at least got multiple pitches going for him, but my scout thinks he's worthless. High loyalty. But this is such a big difference. I have to trust my scout, or fire my scout and get a new scout. That's a possibility. What does OSA think of Strader? OSA thinks he could be even better, but he also thinks his future is as a reliever because he doesn't have that third pitch. What do you like about Escobedo so much? He's a good reliever, but, you know, I need actual starters. Okay, Brame is the first multi-pitch pitcher I've seen. But I could probably get you later in the draft. If I'm going to take a shot on a guy who's only got 2 pitches, I would rather it be the younger guy. Just to see how he does in the majors. I think he's... but Strader's more polished, and I need the help now. And his changeup could eventually be viable. I'm going to go ahead and make it Strader. Draft him. I hope I don't regret that. I could get Strader and Blashill. Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to stock up on pitching prospects right now. All right. Now we're getting into the bottom tier pitchers. Searman looks like a real good reliever. Yeah, I'll take him with a second rounder. All right, let's look at all players now. I'm interested now in getting some position players later in the draft. Makio Sakakibara. He's an outfielder who's got decent power, a good eye, and he'll develop as he gets older into a pretty decent outfielder, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and take him. And now we're getting the people at the very top of the draft who think they're the greatest of all time and want like billions of dollars. Seigers is somewhat intriguing, but not enough to... Well, I will draft Seigers. I'm going to do it for one reason. I've got lots of extra bonus room, and there's no reason not to take a chance on seeing if I can sign him. And he's got enough potential as a switch-hitting outfielder. Good power, good contact, very fast, a lot of ability, just without a lot of experience. He could be something special. Let's draft him. And then I'm going to start taking interesting pitchers. Reidlinger, yeah, sure, why not? He could actually be a borderline starter. And I think we'll just finish the draft at this point. Not a great draft, but I think we've got some decent talent here. The problem is, since we're consistently drafting in the bottom 20s, we can't guarantee we're going to be getting outstanding prospects. The good news is these people are drafting way below slot, which is perhaps not the best news, but... Alright, Strader, you can have your demands. At least they're cheap, right? That counts for something. I don't know what it counts for, but it counts for something. All right. So, how much are we willing to offer Seegers? He would need a bonus significantly above $7 million to sign. Wow. He's got such high potential, but I can't see you spending that much money. Let me shortlist you. I'll actually offer you $4 million. And if you take it, great. And if you don't, it's no skin off my nose. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll sign Redinger. Damn, $7 million? I can't afford that. But he's probably already told us to get bent. Well, I guess not yet. I'm sure it's coming soon, though. Cletus Blashill just joined the organization. Excellent. Andrelton Simmons wants an extension. Strader signed. I can't offer you an extension unless you want like a 1-year deal just in case Lindor doesn't heal next year. You know what? How much money do you want? Oh, my dear, you are on all the drugs, Andrelton Simmons. You're on every single one of them. There is not a drug you are not presently on, Simmons. No. No. Oh, dear. Personnel. How are you doing as a bench coach? You're good enough. I'm going to go ahead and extend you. Wait, what? No, I don't want to. I didn't say Callaway. I said Tramy. There we go. Give me 4 years. Awesome. Mickey Callaway. Carsey looks pretty good and can help us with power pitchers, and we've got quite a few of those. So I think we'll promote Carsey in the offseason. Scouting director, I'd like to see if we can do better. Are there any other interesting people here? Let me promote Velasquez to single A manager. Lake County? Yeah. What? I did not say pitching staff. I said manager. Here we go. Manager for Lake County. Larry Day won't be demoted. Can I push him up to AA then? Because I want to see what he can do with a tougher assignment. Well, Budzinski won't be demoted either. Eh. I might let some of these contracts expire and start trying to improve the minor league staff. I'm wondering if that's what's holding people back. All right, let's continue. Seegers told me to get bent. I'm pretty sure he was going to anyway, so that's no skin off my nose. Siemens signed, very nice. Aroldis Chapman. It's the bloody Yankees effect. Frickin' Yankees. Kageyama. Derek Fisher. Very nice. All right. Let's take a quick look at the pitching staff. Is Familia bouncing back? He's getting better. He's getting better. Let's keep him in the role until he proves he can. Oh, we're in first place now. 3 days for Tinsley. It's fine. I doubt very much he'll be seriously injured. And you joined, so well done. Oh, it's a good thing I didn't trade you. Okay. Krieger has not proven he can handle the job. This is now 2 seasons in a row where he's just not hitting. You're going back to AAA. I'm going to call Kit back up. And next opportunity, Krieger might be a fine backup, but he can't handle it. This is now 2 seasons in a row he's just not hitting baseballs. And I need more than that. Where is... Wait a minute. Where is what's-his-face? Oh, Samad Taylor's still there. Or I would even call up Solak again before I give you another shot, Krieger. You've proven you can't handle it yet. Disappointing. He's lighting AAA up. We'll have to see how he does going forward. Let's continue. And Mike Riedlinger signed. So all of my draftees signed except for him. Oh, pardon me. It's fine. Merritt's going to be out for a week. I'm just going to keep him on the roster. I don't see any need to put him on the DL for that. We'll just pitch a pitcher short for a week. Kojiro Matsumoto is angry at people for saying he stinks. Maybe he shouldn't stink then. Just saying. I'm just saying. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. Okay, Greg Holland. You know what? I actually will put you on the deal just so I can get Holland on the main roster for now. And then you can be a middle reliever. All right. Yeah, what'll happen is as soon as Merritt's off the DL, I'm actually going to waive Stripling. For a Rule 5 draft pick, you gave me some important pitching, but I think your time has come and gone now. A 3-way tie for first up, not anymore, just as I said it. Andrelton Simmons hitting .352. Danny Salazar? Oh, he's still pitching. I kind of miss Danny, but you know what? You were being a jerk. You hated Terry Francona. Another former Indian, Adam Plutko, being traded. How's Plutko turned out? About as well as you'd expect, which means not well at all. International FAs, we got anything good here? 6 days for Carrasco, he'll be fine. All right. Ryan Merritt, eligible to come off the deal. Let's go ahead and waive Stripling to get him off of the roster, and then Merritt can have his old job being a middle reliever / spot anti-lefty guy. He's done really well, has Merritt. Has he got? No, he hasn't gotten any starts. I don't like a soft tosser like this to get a lot of money. We'll see what you want in terms of an extension. You might be worth that. We'll see. This would actually be a wonderful opportunity to look at some possible extensions. I don't want my batters baffled. That's a bad Luis Sessa. You're supposed to be losing. Extensions. I mean, Rivera would be an interesting choice. I mean, I still need bullpen help, and he's a good lefty. What do you want in terms of an extension, Rivera? Quite a lot. More than I'm willing to give a setup reliever. Holland? Holland wants... basically, Holland is just happy to be pitching at this point. So I'll just go ahead and give him his 1-year extension. I have no problem with that at all. Stripling can walk. I don't care. Arbitration words coming up. Merritt. Maybe. Moroff. He's been useful. I mean, he's provided value to the team. He plays a pretty decent out infield, and he draws enough walks to be useful off the bench. That's not worth nothing. I'll give you a 3-year deal. Okay. That was easy. The question is, do I trust that Ryan Merritt has all of a sudden discovered how to be an awesome relief pitcher? Or do I assume this is a 1-year flash in the pan? His peripherals, he's walking through people, but he's also striking out fewer. He's on the wrong side of 27. I could see giving you a 2-year deal. And you'll take it. Very good. Rivero, you just haven't been that impressive. You haven't, which really makes me upset, but you just haven't gotten the job done. You're walking too many people, my friend. Not like too many homers. Now, we'll see how you're doing toward the end of the season. Maybe we'll talk extension. We'll see. All right. Any interesting IFAs? An Australian named Ty Arnott. That is one hell of a hitter. He can't field his way out of a paper bag, but my goodness. I will turn around and hand you $4 million if you sign with me right now. I'm not even going to hesitate. You're going to offer me Gurriel, who's crap, for Donnelly, who could be really something special, and an outfielder I don't care about, who actually is a really good outfielder, though. I'm going to say no. Nope. I acknowledge my weakness at third base and accept it. Contract. How much more do you want? Are you worth the $5 million bonus? You're such a good hitter. I don't think I can turn you down. Why is he not happy about my performance? Oh, we've had a really bad run lately. We're at 500. He wants more money. I don't need you to be perfect, but I do expect better from you. I know the season is long and things will change, but I can tell you now, if things don't start picking up, we have to make more changes to the front office. Well, that's disappointing. The lineup's getting it done except for Bradley, whose average is again disintegrated. Kipnis is hitting poorly. Again, I can't do anything about Kipnis. I mean, he's useful. It's this damn average. Why can't you at least hit 250? I'm not asking for you to hit 300. I want 250. But I need home runs, and I need walks, and he provides both of those. So I'm not... Let's see here. Derek Fisher's still hitting fairly well. Kageyama, Simmons, and Mejia are all doing very well indeed. Zimmer's hitting quite well, although it looks like his defense might not be so good. No, he's doing fine in right field. Okay. How much is your terrible defense hurting us? Not at all, actually. Okay. Tinsley's back in as DH, and he's doing okay. He should be hitting for a higher average, too, but he's not doing badly by any stretch. We'll see what happens as he gets more experience at the major league level. Franco is just not getting it done. Are you at least fielding well? No. But I can't be too harsh after only 50 at-bats. I bet Duke Stunkle's kind of upset now. Maybe not. He actually has decayed quite a bit. Where are they trying to play you at? You're DHing. When are you DHing? I might try to trade Duke Stunkel. I mean, he's playing badly in the field. He's not hitting. I'm going to send him down, and I'm going to call up maybe Ventura. Of course I can't call Ventura. Of course he's injured the moment I think about calling him up. Maybe Will Benson? Maybe call him up? Let's try that. Let's send down Stunkel and call up Benson. Let's just see what happens. Wait, you're benching Bradley Zimmer. No, you're not. You're my starting right fielder. I am not letting him play. I am not letting him not play. That's ridiculous. I just told you to start him at right field. Thank you. Yeah, bench Brantley if you're going to bench anybody. Don't bench Zimmer. I like him. You're actually one I might want to talk to about an extension. But we'll wait on you. We will wait on you. Moroff and Holland both signed a new deal. Excellent. Familia's getting better and better in the closer's role. Arnott signed. Very nice. You're going to go straight to the lowest minor league team. Because I want you getting major league experience right now to see how quickly you can develop. Is there anyone in my international complex I'd like to kick up? Anyone interesting? Or are they all pretty much junk now? They're all pretty much junk. Well, that's to be expected. Okay. Let's sim ahead to the All-Star game. Merritt takes an extension. Very nice. Rivera wants an extension, and you're not going to get one. Ah, he wants me to be the closer. You're having a bad season. Can I flip you now and get something worthwhile out of it? I could get an expensive left fielder I can't afford. I'm getting other offers for other relievers. I really like a lefty, though. What is Sam Dyson? He's a righty. Will Smith is a lefty. I could do a swap a pitcher for pitcher. Ah, he's only got a 1-year deal left, too. What's Alvarez? Alvarez is a lefty. Alvarez wouldn't be a bad choice. I mean, I only want him to do is just face lefties. And if it's better than Rivera, pitch in a fit. How good is Travis Shaw? He's pretty bad. Bramos is just another version of Kevin Cron. The thing is, Dyson is clearly the best pitcher of the mix, though. Actually, he's just like a really, really good middle reliever. But I'd have him for 3 more seasons. I'm going to do it. I'm going to flip you for Dyson. I'll see if I can get him to throw in a prospect, but I'm not hugely hopeful that they will. Oh, how about Jorge Guerra? Nope. What about like Jake Simon? Yep. They're not even remotely interested in trading any of these people. What about Perosa? Could use another third baseman. I mean, he's not great, but at least it gives us 2 players instead of 1. Nope. We'll just take this deal as is. Maybe I can get you to take on some of his salary. Would you pay, let's say, 20% of his salary? No. 15? No. 10? Yes, you'll pay part of his salary. You know what? I'll take it. You can go to AAA, Stripling. And you can join the Indians. I'm going to switch your roles. And no, I actually think this is a fairly good role for you. There we go. I like it. Yeah, Crockett I just signed an extension for. A trade proposal? Is it a real one or is it a fake one? Hey, look, you're offering me ancient third baseman that I don't need. For a shortstop who isn't going to be much. Oh, but see, you're not really a third baseman. Wait. So you're offering me a player who's going to retire. I will reject that trade, good sir. Let's go up to the All-Star deadline. Wow, you really want me to take Danny Valencia, don't you? No. All-Star game roster. Carrasco made it. A very fine year for him. Kyle Crockett. Mejia. Kageyama. And Derek Fisher. Very nice. No one we know in the National League. Mike Trout, a Chicago Cub, just seems so wrong. We will sim up, as always, to the All-Star game. What do you call a blockbuster? Okay, Greg Bird is legitimately good. This actually qualifies as a legit blockbuster. See, why don't you ever offer me deals like this? I would think about something like this, but you never do. Makes me angry. It infuriates me. But anyway, that's been it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember to comment, like, subscribe if you have not done so already. We're doing good. We're not great, and I still might be fired at the end of the season, but we're not doing badly. So thank heavens for small favors. But until next time, this has been Avindian, wishing you good luck, good fortune, and good day.